Hello and welcome to Firewalk with Us, a Twin Peaks podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode Miss Twin Peaks. In this episode, Leo releases Major Briggs with a plea to save Shelley. Wyndham Earl finds out and retaliates by tying up Leo to a lethal device and leaves his cabin and Leo to an uncertain fate. The delusional and dehydrated Major Briggs is found by Deputy Hawk and returned to the police station, where Briggs makes little sense about his captivity, but leaves clues to how to find the Black Lodge. Meanwhile, Ben continues to seek a path to goodness, while Audrey confides in him about her business trip to Seattle, revealing that Twin Peaks Savings and Loan is supporting Catherine's development plans. Meanwhile, Andrew and Pete manage to get the last silver box open to reveal a key. Lana seduces Dick Tremaine to get him to vote for her in the beauty pageant, while Mr. Pinkle rehearses dance moves with the other contestants. Nadine reveals to Dr. Jacoby that she wants to marry Mike Nelson as soon as Big Ed and Norma are married. Cooper and Truman discuss more about the power and significance of the Black Lodge as Andy finally discovers about the cave painting, that the cave painting is a map to the lodge itself. Donna finally learns a secret between Ben Horn and her mother, that Ben is actually her biological father. Lucy finally chooses Andy to be the father of her baby. Cooper and Andy finally consummate their relationship. The Miss Twin Peaks beauty pageant gets underway as Wyndham Earl arrives at the event disguised as the log lady to abduct Annie. Alrighty. So, the episode begins with Leo freeing Major Briggs so that he can go save Shelley. Because Leo is sort of coming back to us a bit.
Yeah, a little bit. He did try to get himself free first, but then he sort of thought, oh, this isn't working.
Yeah, well,
Leo's in no condition to basically get himself out.
Do anything.
Well, neither was Briggs because he was pretty drugged up, but he managed to, make it to the road where Hawk spotted him.
Yeah. We find out that Norma won Miss Twin Peaks 20 years ago, which would have been the inaugural Miss Twin Peaks competition.
Yes.
Wyndham has Leo in the worst death trap I can imagine.
What kind of spiders are those?
I don't know what kind of spiders they were, but that just seems like
tarantulas.
I basically just noted that they were dangerous spiders.
Yeah,
tarantulas.
That seems like the worst possible.
I don't think they were tarantulas.
They looked fairly fuzzy.
It didn't seem that fuzzy to me. I thought they were black widows.
It doesn't matter. They're spiders, and I hate them.
Yeah. Well, that and snakes.
I don't like spiders, and I don't like snakes.
Yeah.
We find out that fear attracts Bob and the Black Lodge.
Yes.
Also, did you notice that Wyndham had kind of like his face looked like it had a demonic face when he entered after he freed Briggs.
When he first sees Leo after he frees the Major, his face is pale, and then his teeth are all black, and I'm kind of like, wow.
It's like he went demonic.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Something's going on with him.
So, it's not just... I wasn't the only one to notice. Okay.
We then cut to the dance recital with Mr. Pinkle.
Yes. And I think they covered their bases fairly decently because, A, beauty pageant, typical sort of affair, but there's both Lucy, a little bit of Nadine, sort of commenting, do we really have to do all these sexy poses for all this sort of particular stuff?
Yes, it's necessary. Don't question it.
Yes, for Mr. Pinkle.
Oh, it's fantastic. The whole dance recital thing.
Don't question my vision.
And then Lana Buddy Milford takes Dick Tremaine into the supply closet to seduce him, and he has quite possibly the greatest line in the episode. By George, I think you've got it.
Wonderful case of going into the closet and playing a game of Where's My Dickie?
Dick is the most oblivious person in the world, is what I put here.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like, what were we looking for? Duh.
No, it's just an entire entire scene of that playing, I was just thinking that joke. It's like, oh my gosh, I really need to see that movie again, but that's for another time.
We then get to see Nadine's slideshow of her wrestling career.
Yes.
Of course.
Which is pretty great.
Here's this one person that's amazing at wrestling and all this stuff.
I
took
did all my minute 34.
I did it all.
The whole marriage counseling gimmick is just gold. Like, I just love that.
Definitely. At least until Nadine gets a little bit niffed. And it's like, aw, Nadine broke an arm. That's so sad.
Well, we get that look from Nadine once she finds out that Ed and Norma are going to get married.
Yeah, the typical Nadine's coming back into things.
She gets a look, and then she crushes Bobby's hand, or Mike's hand.
Yeah, she broke an arm.
Yeah.
So sad.
He might be in a cast next episode. Who knows?
Hawk finds Major Briggs walking through the woods. And
Hawk's always the best.
Hawk is amazing. And then Andy asks back at the station, could the 4-H club have anything to do with this?
Yeah, he asks about that.
When he's looking at the map, or
Yes.
the petroglyph.
Yes.
Yes. Pete and Andrew working together is just gold. Because they've got the silver box and they've got it in like this vice and they're trying to open it.
Yeah.
It's just...
Well, trying to crush it or open it in that sort of way, it's like...
And they're
guys,
like, fuck it, I'm shooting it.
Andrew's just like, die, you stupid box.
And it opened, yay!
And there's a key inside.
Yeah, good thing they didn't damage the key.
Yes.
Okay. So this is where we cut back and we see Donna getting ready to go to the Miss Twin Peaks pageant.
Yes.
Did either of you notice anything about Donna in this scene?
Oh, the fact with her outfit?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I seriously question why it's so bad in your mind.
Okay, so first off, let's start from the top down.
That's pretty much your main problem with it. You don't like her hair.
It's atrocious.
Dude, it's the style of the time. Or she was trying to indicate the 80s.
I don't care. It looks bad.
Oh, also I think I got the name of it wrong. I think she got herself a perm.
She's got... no, because it's these big, like, loose curls.
Little bit there, but it's all kind of poofed up in a
perm
ball.
does?
No, but if it was like a perm, they'd be tighter curls.
Okay.
These are like big and loose, and her hair's really short, and it just does not look good.
It looks fine.
No, it doesn't.
It's fine for the 80s.
No, it does not look fine for any time period ever.
We don't live in the 80s.
I don't care. It does not look fine. If her hair was longer and like straight or something, it would look much better. Anyway.
I suppose.
Her dress, I hate the red ribbon thing. That looks dumb too.
Yeah, I guess it was just a bit of an accent.
I didn't really notice her
I'm not too
costume
much of
that
a...
much.
Yeah.
That one just stood out to me so much. I was like, what the fuck happened here? Anyway, moving on.
Radios.
Where are we? Oh, yes. So we find out a little bit more about the White and Black Lodge. We find out that fear and love open the respective doors.
Yes. Also, Andy has a comment to inform Cooper about, but sadly Cooper is a little bit too busy.
Nobody pays attention to Andy.
It's like, excuse me, I have
Mr. Cooper, I gotta tell you something.
And then he walks away. And, well, I guess they also found out that, apparently, this bonsai plant has been, you know...
Yeah, Andy
tapped.
brings forth his amazing clumsiness and knocks over the bonsai to discover the bug.
Yep, they discover the spying. And then we get to see the Miss Twin Peaks chorus line.
Yes.
Which is, I love how this is like a 3-minute dance number that's just in the middle of the episode.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I also love how every so often they'll cut to the log lady and Mr. Pinkle, and she just has no time for his shit.
Oh, definitely. It was wonderful. Log lady is awesome.
And then Bobby notices the log lady and another log lady. Well, I know I dub her the evil log lady even though it's Wyndham, but still.
Yeah. Okay, so then there's this scene where they're doing the beauty pageant,
yes.
and Lana's supposed to come out and do this dance.
Yes.
And I'm like, they really build this shit up. It's going to be some I forget the exact shit. What are they called?
Super exotic.
Yeah, like
sort
contortionistic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, after it's over, I'm like, the fuck was so special about that?
No, they built it up, but I think they could only do so much for that sort of show.
Television.
So,
but it's like they use the word contortionistic, and she literally does not bend herself at all.
Yeah, hardly much of anything. I think it was a case that they used it for the wording, and supposedly within a story sense it would make sense, but I'm pretty sure the actress is probably not that flexible.
It's just something about that was just like, okay, whatever.
Also, talent show wise, darn it, Lucy can dance.
Yes, okay. So, she does a great number.
Definitely, it was amazing.
She would not be doing that if she was pregnant.
Well, only the first starting couple of months in that she could manage it. Again, it's still kind of amazing she could do something like that, but yeah, I can understand your concern of like, you're doing this when you're a pregnant woman, what are you doing with yourself?
Yeah, no. Okay, we find out that Ben is Donna's father.
Yes. Well,
biologically.
He had a Darth Vader moment here. I am your father.
I think it was a case with me when I saw that the scene sort of happened and his lips were moving, but I didn't exactly hear him say the words, I am your father.
No, it doesn't.
But
say
after
it,
her reaction,
but,
it was kind of like, oh, he probably said that
he never actually says it. She just figures it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy reveals who her baby daddy is, and shockingly, it's Andy.
Yay! Lucy made a decent choice.
Andy is the father. Well, at least.
And Dick looks so relieved. He's just like, oh, thank God. I didn't want to deal with another little Nicky.
Okay, Dickie, you're not the father. Get the heck out of the story.
Is little Nicky coming back?
I wish, because that means we might get the defective detectives back.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not demonic whatsoever. He's really just...
The couple of speeches were interesting to hear, though we only saw Audrey's and Anne's, but
yes.
Anne's is kind of important.
Yes. And shockingly, Annie wins Miss Twin Peaks.
It was such an amazing shock. The mayor is sadly upset, though.
He's pissed. He's like, this is bullshit. She's only been in Twin Peaks for a cup of coffee. And I was like, oh, I love the mayor.
Yeah.
The lights go off, the strobe light goes on, there's explosions and chaos, and Nadine gets knocked on the noggin.
No, Nadine!
And I hope no one has epilepsy or is prone to seizures for the scene.
Could you imagine if you were on the set shooting that and you were epileptic? Would have been hell.
That would be hell.
And Wyndham is able to get Annie. Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Annie.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Very good, Justin. We botched that, but oh well.
I know.
Oh, yes. So, Annie figures out the petroglyph, and he tells Cooper it's a map.
Yes.
And my last note is simply, everybody just should have listened to Andy.
Yeah, maybe.
How much better would everything in this show have gone if they just listened to Andy?
Well, possibly where would they fairly be now? Decently, but yeah, we'd probably end up in around the same place.
I think we'd be better off.
Meh.
If they would just give Andy a chance to talk every once in a while. Anyway.
Like, where would they be now if they listened to Andy? Would they be where they need to be? Or was the pageant exactly where they needed to be anyways?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you two learn about Twin Peaks in this episode?
All the stuff went down this episode.
Yes.
And as it is, typical sort of fare with most everyone, the reveal of Ben being Donna's father, and all the information that supposedly implies, extra stuff. We'll have to sort of see what that as it is. No, wait a second.
Okay. Justin?
Well, at least Cooper mentioned that Bob showed up when Josie died.
Yes, he did make the comment about that.
It's like
he was attracted to the fear.
I was wondering when he was actually, gonna mention that. Because it was a thing.
It certainly was, and we haven't seen a whole lot of Bob since then.
Well, aside from that one quick scene from the last episode.
Yeah, and I mean, Cooper saw the giant when, Annie said that she was gonna join the Miss Twin Peaks pageant.
Be a queen!
Yeah.
Like,
so, do you think we're gonna see Bob a lot at the end of the season or next season?
I'm thinking Bob's going to be making an appearance at some point in the next episode.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, I can't imagine he wouldn't.
Do you think he's going to be a major part of season 3?
I don't know. I don't even...
With his involvement within the series, even despite the fact of how long he's supposedly been gone, he's kind of been one of the main driving forces within the series. So I'd be surprised if they stopped using him now. He'll probably have some sort of influence heading into the next season.
Okay.
How much of an influence? I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. So, we are getting to the end of season 2.
Yes.
We have 1 episode to go. So, where do you see the show going for season 3? Because it does take place, 26 years later.
I'm not really sure. Well, since I don't really know how season 2 is going to end and get an idea of where everything's going to be placed, so far from what I can sort of expect, there's probably going to be some issues that need to be resolved with a couple particular people within the story. Couple supposed points that need to sort of build or see where they go. But I think the main question is what the heck is going to happen with Anne and what's Cooper going to try and do to rescue or attempt to rescue her.
Okay. So, do you think we're going to see Annie in season 3?
No idea.
I'm not sure with how everything's sitting now.
Okay. Okay, interesting. I can't wait to see what you think after we finish season 2. It'll be quite interesting.
Well, supposedly, again, we already ran through that one particular scene that I remembered about Twin Peaks before going through the whole series. There is one scene that I do remember, though, that I remember seeing before watching this series, but I don't have any context for it. So...
What scene is that?
It involves Bob.
Okay.
Most I can remember is something with Bob, bloodstain on... Again, it's very fuzzy.
On Cooper?
It was what... No, I'm not sure of the character, but I remember that there was a bloodstain. No, that's about as much as I can remember the one scene I remember seeing.
Okay. I think I know what it is, and that's going to be in the next episode.
Nah, I'd be surprised. I don't think that season 3 would have started when I actually saw the scene.
Well, no, but it could have also been in the movie. But I'm pretty sure it's in the episode we're getting to next week. Anyway, so who was your favorite character or moment in this episode?
Oh, Nadine, absolutely. Just with her interactions with the visit with Dr. Jacoby, everything discussing from there. It was just awesome to see. Whether or not we're going to be going back to version 1.8, Nadine will have to see. And hopefully that knock to the noggin didn't do too much, but I guess we'll have to see.
Alrighty. Justin, do you have a favorite character or moment?
I always think back to the stupid, spider trap thing that Wyndham put Leo into.
That is pretty great.
It's a bit dangerous.
And it is just like a fresh hell.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, I kind of question it, because with how it's sort of set up, yeah, it looks bad, but I don't know if you could sort of make it swing in some sort of way and make it that the spiders drop away from him.
Or he'll probably just follow over him, who knows. I mean, I don't know if he'll escape next episode or not, but I mean, he probably will somehow.
Who knows?
Okay, so we get a new mystery in this episode, and that's the key.
Yes, that is a mystery.
What do you think the key is for?
Well, it's for a lock, from what Catherine was saying. The one thing that they never bothered to show us was, aside from the key, it had a little tag on it to sort of either give an indication of what it supposedly goes to. But from the design of the key, I'm not precisely sure of what it would fit into. My best guess would supposedly be, I don't know, some sort of possibly a security box, but again, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't recall any actual locked doors or things, really. So it's hard to know what this is really for.
True, it'd probably be something separate, or it would be shown to us in some sort of aspect later on if they were going to show us.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, it is not for a door.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it wasn't for a door specifically, but...
Okay. Did either of you have any questions for me?
No, I think as it is, we just have to see the next episode and see how things kind of turn out with a couple issues.
Yeah, let's see how the season ends.
Alrighty. So next week we will be watching the finale of Season 2, Beyond Life and Death.
Yes.
The three of us are actually going to watch this one together. We normally watch episodes separate from each other.
Beckham.
So...
Yeah, just to get our own opinions of it, I guess.
Yeah, but what do you expect to happen at the end of the season?
Shit to hit the fan?
Well, the one thing I'd like to happen is things to be specifically resolved, but then I remember, oh wait, it's Twin Peaks. This is probably going to go all terribly.
I mean, things will probably end up resolving somewhat to a degree, because, I mean, there's a big gap.
Okay, so do you expect there to be a cliffhanger at the end of Season 2, or for you to get, like, a resolution?
Maybe not a complete resolution. I don't expect a complete resolution.
As for cliffhanger, there's at least going to be one big thing that's going to supposedly trail off. I'm guessing at the time of when this aired, there probably wasn't much to go off of. It was just kind of a case of, okay, the series is end, but here's this one thing to drive you all nuts until they finally get the Season 3 going.
Yes, so I will tell you there is a major cliffhanger at the end of Season 2.
Okay.
That...
Man, that must have drove everyone crazy back in the 90s. Early 90s?
It drove me crazy, and I only had to deal with it for 10 years. It is a hell of a cliffhanger. But we will get to that next week.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Until then, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.